Hey everyone, welcome to another Pathfinder adventure card game scenario. This is scenario 3.4. We're over at the die market, where when you would discard cards as damage, suffer the scourge, curse of the ravenous. Alright, so we are going to, doing the blessing deck thing. Kind of lost a word there. Okay, we meet a Ghost Scorpion, Combat 9. We did not examine this card. If the check to defeat has a fire trait, add 1d8. Well, Alhazra is all about the fire trait, and she does have this Fireblade spell. So the Fireblade spell is D10, or Divine, which is D10, plus her Divine skill is actually plus 7, plus it's 2d4, plus we get to throw that d8. This is an automatic pass. So, we have defeated that Bane, and this, what's really cool, Alahazra has a divine skill of D10 plus 7, so this is an automatic recharge. That is so cool. Really like that. Okay, advancing, or resetting the hand. Now I know. We are advancing the Blessings deck. That's what I was looking for. And we are exploring. Okay, the Dagger of Doubling. Dexterity ranged 10. Well, you know, Alhazra only has a dexterity of D4, but you know what? She wants that weapon because it's level 3. So this might sound silly, but she's going to use a Blessing of Pharasma, so she can roll 2d4, and she's going to see if she can roll high. Alright, so she rolled a 3, and she rolled another 3. She did have Maga 3 fingers, so she could get up to a 9. So she was close. She almost got that Dagger of Doubling, so she could trade it. But as it is, she wasn't able to get it. Interesting that we found it in a die market. Okay, resetting our hand, advancing the Blessings deck. We're exploring. We're finding an Alchemist's Kit. Okay, this is only an item B. Not too interested. Intelligence Craft. Alhazra has an intelligence of D8. She rolls a 7, so she does acquire the Alchemist's Kit. She'll just go ahead and use its power to display this card. So she's displaying it by her deck. We're advancing the Blessings deck. We are exploring. Okay, and we find the villain. So immune to the mental trait. Before you act, succeed at a strength or melee 8 check, or she is evaded. Okay, well here's where I should have kept that blessing, because I don't have any blessings in my hand. So I have to go ahead. Alhazra only has a strength of D6. So she needs an 8. So it means that with Maga 3 fingers, if she needs to roll a 5 or a 6. So she rolled a 5. So 5 plus, she's using Maga 3 fingers here. So she is going to recharge this card. So that means that this villain is not evaded. So now, what we have to do is do a Combat 18 check. That shouldn't be too difficult, because we have the Immolate spell. You know what's interesting? We might do this. It says here, Heat and Metal. Discard this card to add 1d4 and the fire trait to a combat check by a character at your location. So we're going to use Heat Metal, plus we're going to use the Wand of Scorching Ray. Since it has the fire and attack spell, we can roll 46 and Alhazra fire and attack, an additional d8. So let's go ahead and assemble the dice. We're going to use that. We're going to use this item, and we're going to go ahead and use that spell. So we're using, this is the dice for the Wand of Scorching Ray. We're adding an additional d4 plus 1. Okay, so our grand total, or the amounts of dice we're rolling all these dice, we get to add 1 to the result. You know what? Oh, we can't use we can't use 2 items. Otherwise, I'd use that item as well. But as it is, I think this will get us an 18. Let's roll. So we get to add 1 to this roll. So 5, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow. So get a load of that. Good thing we're able to add 1 to that roll. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18. Wow, so we just barely made it. Wow, that is amazing. It says here, after you act, if the result of your check to defeat is less than 22, each character at this location may draw a card. Okay, so, so I guess we can draw a card. That's not too exciting. So we got a Blessing of Horus. Alright, so this is a villain. That's the location. This it is closed. So that was a pretty quick check here. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Those were the two cards that she was able to use to defeat that location. Alright, so we did get that item, so we could trade that to a trader. Let's go ahead and do a quick deck check here. So what we have here for Alhazra, that was the only new item. It would have been great if we had that Dagger of Doubling, because then we could have traded that to a trader. But as it is, we can't. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a quick deck check here. So, items, there. So this is the state of Alhazra's deck. So this is what she's got. Those are all of her cards. So the reward for this scenario is actually, so she does get a treasure. She gets to meet, she can now has access to that trader. She has unlocked a Gaima. So he's offering spells that have the arcane trait. So don't necessarily want spells with the arcane trait. We did also get this. We got the Scarab Brooch. So it is a loot 3. So that's pretty cool. So what we can do now is we'd be able to trade. So let's go ahead and look at all the level 2 and 3 items we have for trade, right? So we have 3, 3. Okay, so we have these 2. Because traders are only going to take items of level 2 or 3. So we don't have any 2 or 3. Actually, no, we do have the heat metal spell. So we got the heat metal spell. We do have the, what else we got? We got Blessing of Matt. So we could trade the Blessing of Matt. And what's cool is if we trade the Blessing of Matt, when we rebuild our deck, we can pretty much take any blessing we want, like a Blessing of Ra, as long as it's level 1 or a basic spell, since we're on level 3. So we got some good options to trade. So the question is what do we want to trade? What do we want? I guess we want more spells. So we're going to go to our buddy Hayden Hopper, and we're going to see what kind of spells he's got for us. We're going to see how we can level up Alhazra. Alright, rolling a D30. So Hayden Hopper says countdown 3. He says 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Actually, you know what? It's a little different because he only is going to give us, see this is a basic and a level 1 spell. Basic and 1. So, what Hayden Hopper does instead, we gotta just starting from the top, look for level, okay, so we get this one, and we need another level 2 or another level 3. Okay, so what Hayden Hopper is offering is the Caustic Fog spell or a Lightning Bolt. So Caustic Fog, Magic Divine Acid. So in order to, I'm really interested in the recharge. So if we succeed at a Divine 13 check, we can recharge this card. So Alhazra has a Divine of D10 plus 7. So 50-50 chance you'll be able to get this. It says display this card. While displayed, you may add 1d8 and the acid trait to a combat check by a character at your location. You may play another spell on that check. After the check, you are dealt 1 combat damage. At the end of your turn, if you do not have the Divine Skill, banish this card. So, I mean, it's interesting. We're able to add like an additional d8. But, I don't know. The thing is, if we take that spell, we're going to have to lose one of these spells. And, of course, these spells, the only spell I'd really want to get rid of would be Find Traps. But it's like that spell is really good. And we'd have to trade. We could trade this away, and we would probably trade these 2 items in order to get one of these spells. Definitely not too interested in the Lightning Bolt because we need to have an Arcane 10 check to recharge that, and she doesn't have any Arcane. So possible we might trade for the Caustic Fog. I'm not sure at this point, but I will let you know the decision at the start of the next scenario. Thanks for watching, and I'll have another scenario up shortly.